Hello friends, welcome back to Akida. In the previous videos, we have seen how to find the vertical stress at a point, and also we have seen total stress diagrams, effective stress diagrams, and also pore water pressure diagrams. Now, in the present videos, let us solve some problems based on the vertical stress concept. So before moving on to solving problems, in the present chapter itself, we have to understand only three things. One, whenever you are finding out the total stress, the name itself, what is it? Total stress. That means consider or imagine that you are considering the total weight at a point above the point. Imagine that wherever you want to find out, imagine that you keep your hand at that point and imagine how much weight you will feel. That is what nothing but your total stress. And coming to the pore water pressure, always imagine wherever you want to find the pore water pressure. Imagine that we are keeping it to a small tube having diameter very less, and if we keep that, we have to see or we have to imagine up to how much level the water level will rise in the tube. Up to that point, we will consider multiply by the weight density, we will consider it as a pore water pressure at that point. Or else, wherever you keep the piezometer, the water level will rise up to the water table level if they have mentioned it clearly. Right? Now, if you want to find out the effective stress, that is wherever the point you need, just take that total stress minus pore water pressure. Here, this pore water pressure that may be of two types. One type we have already discussed, but another because of the surface tension, the water will seep through it, right? Isn't it? Because of that seepage above the ground level, also the water may or the soil will be saturated condition, but that we will consider it as a negative pore water pressure because of the why because of the capillarity action. Because of the capillarity action, wherever we feel that our soil is saturated, that will produce a negative pore water pressure. Because of that, our effective stress will increases. Because of the hydrostatic compression and because of the water table level, then our effective stress will decreases. So let us solve those problems here one by one. Okay, first we will consider the problem by considering only the water table condition. Imagine that there are three types of soils. Imagine that here the elevation level is 0, here the elevation level is 1, here the elevation level is 3, here the elevation level is 6. Now what do you think the distance between these two layers? 0, 1 minus 0. So here it is 1 meter, 3 minus 1, here it will come as 2 meter, 6 minus 3, here it will come as a 3 meter. Imagine that here the soil is in the dry condition. So gamma D I am considering it as equal to, let us say 18.92 kilonewton per meter cube. And here imagine that here it is saturated condition. And in this condition, imagine that your E will be equal to 0.4. And for this layer, specific gravity is given as 2.65. And in this bottom layer, imagine that it is given gamma saturation is equal to 20 kilonewton per meter cube. Imagine that all these three are different layers. Now, for us, our motive is to find out the effective stress diagram, pore water pressure diagrams, right? Now here dry condition is there, so dry weight density is given. Up to this level, all this soil is on the saturated condition. So that's why we have to find the saturated weight density. So here from this layer they have directly given, but what about this layer? For this layer, how can I find out the gamma saturation? For that, you need to recall the formulas. Those were discussed in the uh, three-phase diagrams of a soil. Now, if you recall that, the values will be gamma W into G plus E divided by 1 plus C. So let us consider that gamma W equal to 10 kilonewton per meter. 10 into G value is given 2.65, void ratio is given 0.4 divided by 1 plus void ratio is given as 0.4. Then solve this and tell me how much you will get it. So 2.65 plus 0.4. If you solve this, we will get it this value as around 21.7 kilonewton per meter cube. Right? For the first layer, the gamma D will be 18.92. For the second layer, 21.7. For the third layer, 20 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. First, let me draw the diagram again. So here we have to find out the total stress diagrams, pore water pressure, and also the effective stress. So let us say first we are talking about the total stress diagram. The water table is here, depth is 1 meter, the layer depth is 2 meter, here it is 3 meter. Here if I remember, the gamma D is given as 18.92 kilonewton per meter cube, and here we found that gamma saturation 21.7 kilonewton per meter cube. Here the gamma saturation is 20 kilonewton per meter. Right? Now, imagine at the top of the soil, at this point, what will be your weight? Imagine that you keep your hand here. Imagine, and do you feel any weight at this point? As you don't have any layer above that point, how much weight do you feel? Zero. Then what about the stress? Zero, nothing. Then imagine through this layer 1 meter, that it is under dry condition. Okay. Now imagine that you keep your hand here at the 1 meter layer, and imagine how much weight you will feel. You will feel weight because of this soil. So how can I find out the stress then? Here weight density is given, then how can I find the stress? 18.92 into 1. So that is what the stress here. 18.92 into 1. So here the value is nothing but a 18.92. How the stress will vary from this point to this point, as we have already discussed, it will vary linearly. Right? Okay, I may not join these points correctly. Then after that, how they may vary? Imagine that you have found the stress here. Then what about this layer? Let us say this is the layer CC. Along the layer CC, what is the stress? Again, imagine that you kept your hand at CC, and how much weight you will feel? As you are having two different layers, you will have weight due to this, and also you will feel weight due to this. Right? Now, so imagine what is the total stress then? Because of this, what is the stress? 18.92 into 1. Imagine that 18.92 into 1 plus, because of this second layer, how much stress you will feel? See, you are also having water. That means if you keep your hand at CC, you will feel the weight of water also. So that's why what is the stress? 21.7 into, what is the total depth? 2 meter. So 21.7 into 2. Solve this and tell me how much you will get it. So we'll feel a stress of magnitude 62.32. So here kilonewton per meter cube into meter. So what is the unit here? Kilonewton per meter square. Kilonewton per meter square. So here also the value, let us imagine the value will be somewhere around here. And again join these 2 points by linearly. And after that, at this bottommost layer, what is the total stress here? That is nothing but again the same thing. Imagine that you keep your hand at TD, and how much weight you will feel it, how much stress because of weight due to all these three layers. So whatever the magnitude, then what is the total stress because of the topmost layer? 18.92 into 1. Because of the second layer, 21.7 into 2, plus because of this third layer, saturation is 20 into 3, that means 60. So if you add this, you will get it as 122.32 kilonewton per meter square. So again, imagine that the value will be somewhere around here. So that's it. Join these 2 points. So this is what nothing but your total stress diagram. Okay, now let's come to the pore water pressure, right? So if I come to the pore water pressure, imagine that I am drawing in the same diagram itself. So as we tell you that wherever you need the pore water pressure, what you should do, you have to keep the piezometer at that point, and then you have to imagine up to how much the water level will increase. Imagine then, if I keep the piezometer here, see, by the name itself we can say that this is under dry condition. As it is under dry condition, will there be any pore water pressure? No. If I keep the piezometer here, up to how much level the water will rise? Up to the water table level. Where is the water table? That is there itself. So what is the pore water pressure here? 0. Similarly, if I keep the piezometer at C, tell me up to how much level the water table will rise? Up to the this level. So what is the stress then? At this point, pore water pressure is nothing but a gamma W. Let us imagine that gamma W is 10. So the pore water pressure here 10 into up to how much level the water table is rise? 2 meter. So here that will be equal to 20 kilonewton per meter square. So this is what nothing but your pore water pressure. Similarly, if I keep the piezometer at level D, similarly, can you tell me up to how much level the water table will rise? Water will rise in this piezometer up to the water table. So where is the water table? That is here sounded. So what about the total pore water pressure then? So here again imagine that it is 10. What is the level? Water table level rise in from here to here 3. 3 plus 2 5. So that is what nothing but your 50 kilonewton per meter square. And imagine that this is somewhere around. So this is the value 50 kilonewton per meter square. And imagine that I am not drawing this diagram to the scale. I'm just drawing roughly. So this is what nothing but your pore water pressure diagram. That's it. If you want to the effective stress, then subtract the one from the another. Suppose if I want the total effective stress at D, what is the total stress at D? If you imagine, it is came to be around 122.3. And what is the pore water pressure at that point? 50 minus 50. If you're solving this, how much will get? 72.3 kilonewton per meter square. After finding the pore water pressure and the total stress diagram, subtract the pore water pressure from the total stress. That is what nothing but your effective stress at a point. Okay. Now this is about the problem by considering the dry soil condition and the saturated condition. In the next video, we will find the stresses due to if there is a rise in the water level because of the capillarity. Thank you.